This is M6CB. I just wanted to do a bit of an update video really. I've had this radio probably about 2 weeks now. So I did a bit of a review when I first got it, giving some of the features and how I'd had sort of first impressions, if you will. I've had it now a couple of weeks and I've absolutely hammered it really. I've used it near enough every single day, and I've got some really good reports from it. The receive's brilliant. I mean, this is GB3LI I'm listening to now, so we're obviously talking analog. This repeater's in Liverpool and I'm in Freckleton, a little village just outside of Kirkham between Preston and Blackpool. And it's obviously just on the little rubber duck, and it's absolutely perfect. I mean, this repeater goes across the water a little bit, but it's certainly, you know, coming in loud and clear. Since my review video, I've been playing around with some code plugs. I've sort of built my own. The code plug I had in before had every single repeater in the UK near enough. So I was always going like this through everything to try and get to where I wanted to go. So I've kind of made my own now with just the sort of things I can get. So analog repeaters here, PP's Preston repeater, LI Liverpool, and FC in Blackpool. And excuse me. So I have that set like that. And then I have GB7FO, which is Blackpool. That's on the Phoenix network. And then I have GB7FC, which is on Brandmaster. That is in Blackpool as well. And then Prestatin GB7PN. I have a collinear in the loft at home, so it enables me to get to Prestatin no problem from here. But obviously on the rubber duck I can't get that far. But yeah, it's a brilliant radio. You know, it's absolutely brilliant. I can't fault it at all. I mean, entry level DMR. I mean, there's not very many videos on the internet about this radio, so I kind of like, you know, just putting a couple out there so people can get an idea whether they're any good or not, or whether it's worth the buy. A lot of people have been asking me, well, you know, I was thinking of getting the Tytera MD380, which is the model previous to this. Is it worth spending the extra money to get this 390 version that's waterproof? And I say, you know, no. To me, I mean, I've used both radios. My father-in-law has a 380 that he lent me for a while. And they're, as far as I'm concerned, they're both exactly the same radio. There's no difference whatsoever. So I would say, you know, if you can get the 380 cheap, there's no need to get the 390, unless, of course, you want the waterproof feature. I mean, I'm a cleaner is my job, so having a waterproof radio comes in handy when you know, having buckets of water all over the place. One thing I don't like this orange tab on the side with owner. You know, I get that a lot of people have these radios, so it, you know, to tell them apart. But you can program. I've turned it off now, but you can turn it on, and it'll, you know, you can have a welcome message. So I don't see the need of having that. This can be a pain as well. On the 380, you can just peel this little, on the 380 it is a rubber grommet thing, and you can just pull that back to get to the put the speaker mic in there. But on the 390, as it's waterproof, it's actually screwed in, so every time I want to put my earpiece on, I have to find a penny and undo this to get to it. I suppose it's no big deal, but it's you know, if I drop it in a bucket of water, at least it'll save me. There is a slight design difference between this and a 380. I think it is a bit different on the look of it. Some people prefer this, some people prefer the 380. I don't think it matters either way. The battery's obviously a bit more sturdier put on this time from the 380. I think the 380 you push a button and it slides down, I think. Well, this one's sort of like a clip that you have to, there you go, you just clip down like that, and then that just pops off like that. So you know, the battery that comes with the 390 is a 2200 milliamp. I'm not sure, I think it's about 1700, I think, on the MD380, so it's worth the, you know, it's worth the extra, I suppose, as well, if you want a better battery. And obviously the difference between a 380 and 390 is the belt clip. The belt clip is actually not attached to the battery on the 390 like it is on the 380. It's actually on the chassis itself of the radio. So I'll just put that back on there like so. I haven't actually taken that off since I've there we go, clips on there, no problem. Trying to think what else I can say about it, really. I must say it's very well built. I've sort of knocked it about a bit since I've been at work. It's been sort of well used, shall we say. So it's stood up to it absolutely fine. I've had absolutely loads of contacts on it. I mean, absolutely loads. I've been all over on it. I've been absolutely everywhere on it, and it's fantastic. I've got like a Nagoya mag mount on the car, which I just basically get the put it on there, stick it in the car. When I get to a job I've got to do, just take it off, put the rubber duck on, and when I'm around Blackpool I can get the repeaters absolutely no problem. I mean, DMR is a bit hit and miss. You can be in one location, say here, getting somebody no problem at all, move it half an inch that way and you've not got them. But that's not the radio, that's just DMR. But it's great, you know. So I think one thing I have noticed about it that is a bit of a pain in the bum is you can set like a scan list. So when I'm in Blackpool, I have it, say if I'm on GB7FO, and then I want to, you press my side button that I've programmed to scan. So, see, now I've unscanned that, pressed that button. So now I'm on GB7FO, and on the software I've made it so that when I press the scan button, it'll search GB7FO, GB7FC, and then the analog repeaters as well. So if I'm sort of out and about, I can just hit the scan button like this, and then boom, GB3LI comes, which is great. But the problem is, GB3LI is very busy. I might be in an area where it's a bit of hit and miss. There's no way on the radio itself that I can lock that channel out from scanning, that I know of anyway. So every time I'm scanning, it's going to go to GB3LI if it's available, unless I plug it back into the computer and untick it, as it were, from the scan list. But I mean, it might be me. There might be a way of doing it. I'm not sure. The software on the computer is a bit sort of hit and miss as well. It can crash a bit. But to be fair, once you program your radio with a code plug, you suppose you're not changing it that often, so there's no real need to keep worrying about it, really. You've got your radio settings, the tones and alerts. The keypad tones I've turned off because they're annoying, and you also have other tones. For basically everything. I've always turned that off, but that doesn't seem to be relative to where you've turned the volume up and down. So if you've got the tones turned on and your volume's really low, and then you get a tone of some description, it comes blaring through the speaker, which is highly annoying. I would say that the only other trouble I've found is, see, I'm turning the volume up and down like this, but it's not showing me what number the volume is on. See, if I'm turning it, nothing's coming on at all. The volume is working, it does go up and down, but it should show you on the display. So if I turn it off now, powering down, and then I turn it back on, you'll see that when I turn it up now. The volume, see, like that. It wasn't doing that before. It's not a real problem, you know. Obviously, the volume still does work, but it's nice to see, you know, what's coming through. I'm trying to think what else I've found over the the course of the couple of weeks I've had it. I can't say I've had any problems at all. The battery lasts for a really good time. I've not had any problem at all with the battery life. It's been brilliant. Yeah, very rugged radio. It's sort of been battered about, no problem whatsoever. Loads of contacts on it. Colour screen's good. You can have the screen on all the time or timing out every like 15 seconds or so. I just have mine on 15 seconds. You can have the key lock on automatically if you want, or you can set it manually like that. So I've just set mine manually, and then to turn it off, it's a bit of, there you go. But that's about it, I think. I've not had any problems at all so far. So if you're thinking of getting the radio, definitely get it. I would definitely say get it. It's a fantastic radio, and for the price you pay, you're absolutely getting a brilliant piece of kit. So hopefully this is giving you a bit of an idea of you know, once I've owned it for a couple of weeks, what my impressions are. So if you've got any questions at all, then by all means fire away. This is M6EB, and thanks very much for watching.